Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this week's video I'm super excited because I'm going to be reviewing and showing you the Katie Barnes form tailoring kit in Cuticle Pusher. I'm sorry for the lack of content recently and I apologise for all of my breathlessness throughout this video. Over Christmas I actually came down with a really bad case of COVID and I am still dealing with the after effects, which is breathlessness and like fatigue and things, so talking is quite a challenge. Anyway, this is the Cuticle Pusher and it is really good quality. I have the Katie Barnes curved cuticle scissors and they are one of my all-time favourite tools. I will leave a link to that video so you can check it out. But it's a really nice weight to the Cuticle Pusher, and actually I really like the shape of it as well. It feels comfortable in the hand. I will do a better comparison to another one further in the video. But this is the form tailoring kit, so you get 2 scissors as well as a gel pen. So you have your straight scissors as well as your curved ones. And these are really nice to use. These are the same design as the cuticle scissors, just a much larger size. They feel exactly the same in the hands. Obviously they are just slightly bigger, but I actually really like them, and I really like the fact that you get the straight and the curved scissors in here as well. The cuticle tool retails for $19.99 plus your VAT, and then the form tailoring kit is, I believe, off the top of my head, about £37 plus your VAT as well. So I've got the lovely Ben back modelling. You can see his hands are in quite a state. I have sprayed my antiseptic, like disinfectant spray on them, and I'm just going to go in with some cuticle remover to help remove the cuticles. He's an electrician, so his hands are absolutely battered daily and he has quite stubborn cuticles. But this is my current cuticle tool. Now this is one that I got from Cutio a while ago, and there's obviously absolutely nothing wrong with it, but you can see there is quite a difference in the tool itself, especially the like scrapey, the knife end. On the Katie Barnes one it is so much slimmer, and I actually prefer that. I think you have a bit more control and it's easier to get in those sidewalls. And as you can see that the actual like the spoon hoof end, I guess you could call it, I don't know the exact terminology there, is quite different as well. The Katie Barnes one almost has a sort of lip, whereas the Cutio one doesn't. The Katie Barnes ones are really sharp, so just be mindful. I was actually playing around and pushing my cuticles back and I slipped and I cut my thumb. Nothing major, but it's just to be mindful of. Obviously these tools are sharp, so when you are using them on the nail, be careful, because you can obviously dig in and remove some layers of the nail, and you don't really want to be doing that. So I'm just going in on Ben's nails and giving all of the cuticles a nice push. I do alternate between the knife end and the like the hoof side, and just kind of push them back until I'm happy. Like I said, he really should be having several manicures, or like a couple manicures a month, just to soften those cuticles and make them easier to manage. But he's a guy and he doesn't really care about how his hands look. Don't worry though, I don't leave them in this state. I do give him a little manicure and neaten them all up so they look nice at the end. But yeah, so it's actually really, the holding the cuticle tool is really nice. It's weighty, but it's not too weighty that it hurts. I like the fact that it's a nice shape as well. And this the knife side, the double, like the other end of it, is really good to use. It kind of reminds me of some of the navy tools that you get. I don't know what they're called at navy, but it's got that really thin, it's sharp as well, which means you can get down those sidewalls and you can just see how much cuticle is coming off. So I'm just going in sort of little circle motions and then pushing it around the cuticle to remove any of that non-living tissue that's sitting in the sidewall. And you can see just how much is coming off. I love Cuticle Prep. It's my favourite thing to do. It always takes me a little while when I'm using a new tool just to kind of get the feel for it, so this is obviously looking slightly different than how I do some of my prep, just because I'm getting used to the tool. And as I said, some of his nails are a lot harder to get this cuticle off, but yeah, so far this is probably one of my new favourite tools. So I'm then just going to go in with my cuticle scissors and just remove any of that excess tissue that might be on there. Obviously you only remove the non-living tissue, you don't want to cut the skin. This can cause infections and obviously you don't want to do that. But you can just see how his hands are very dry as well. And his cuticle grows up quite high on some of his nails. But yeah, I'm going to go back in on his middle finger here and just push that cuticle back a little bit further. I think that a bit more can come off of the nail, so I'm just going to give it a push back, and then I'm going to use my knife side, and as you can see there's still quite a lot of cuticle that can come up, so I'm just going to do this until I'm happy. But it's really, really nice to use, and it's so satisfying seeing all of that cuticle come up. I like how thin the end of it is as well. It makes such a big difference getting down right in those side walls. So I'm just taking some cleanser and cleaning those nails off. And then I'm going to show you the form tailoring kit. So I use the SBD London forms. I've used quite a few different ones. These are my favourites. They're so sticky. You can see that they're proper sticking to the glove. And they're really thick as well. They also look nice. But having them quite thick means that they are really sturdy. So I've just pre-pinched part of the form. And as you can see, I'm now just trying to pop it on. It didn't help the fact that he was an awful model today and was busy playing a game on his phone, so he kept flaying his fingers around and not keeping them where I need them. But you can see that whilst the form does fit, it's not really, it's not 100% snug, and it means that it's not fitting the whole way around the nail. So I'm going to show you how you can use the tailoring kit to rectify that. So I'm taking the gel pen, and I'm with the form that's partially on the nail, I'm just going to go round where the edge of his nail where it meets the form, and this is why a gel pen is perfect. Obviously I think you can buy the scissors separate, you don't have to get them in the kit, and if you had a gel pen or like a biro you could do that. The gel pen works better though because it works over the form. But I've just gone round his nail and I'm going to remove the form, and I'm going to take my curved form scissors, I keep meaning to call them the cuticle scissors, and I'm just going to cut around where I drew that line. And this is just going to mean that the form itself will have a much tighter, snugger fit when we put it back on the nail. And it means that obviously the form is now, that circle area is now going to be tailored to this exact finger as well. So you can see the little bit that I removed. And I'm just going to fiddle and put this back on until I'm happy, and you can see it fits already. Just taking that little bit off fits a lot snugger and nicer than it did before. I'm still not 100% happy, and the little notches that you can see at the side is where you can actually cut out and make the form fit even better. So I'm just taking the gel pen. Obviously you could eyeball it, but I'm just showing you how you can use the gel pen here to make it easier. And I'm just marking where I want to cut the form, and I'm taking my straight scissors. You can obviously take it off, or you can kind of carefully squeeze the scissors underneath, which is what I've just done there. And I'm just cutting out at an angle. I'm following the line that's there, but I'm cutting at a slight angle. Doing it on both sides. And this is just going to make it so it fits the nail better. So you can see it's already opened up slightly wider now. And I'm just going to fiddle around. The form is so sticky on my gloves. And I'm just going to manoeuvre under until I'm happy. And you can see that there is still a little bit on the left side that I want to take up, just so it fits under the nail perfectly. You don't want any little gaps because your product can run under there, or the form could move, and you can lose the structure of the nail because it's not going to be exactly perfect. But you can see now this fits under way better. So I'm just going to close my form up. It wasn't sticking, so I had to just fiddle around with it. And here you can see how much better this fits on his nail than what it did to start with. I've been meaning to get these tools for ages, and Ben actually bought them for my Christmas present, so I'm super duper grateful for that. But yeah, they work amazingly, and I can't wait to actually be able to use these on clients again when we can. But yeah. So, as I said, I gave them a mini manicure just to tidy them up. They still look pretty battered, but they were better than they were before. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will leave a link to Katie's website in the description box so you guys can check the tools out yourselves. But yeah, Happy New Year, and I will see you in the next one.